Hi, everybody. This is SAAD. Earlier today, I offered a few retorts to the actress Rose McGowan. I wanted to read you her tweets, my retorts, and then offer some additional analyses. So, first, the first tweet that I responded to was one where Rose McGowan said, "Dear hashtag Iran, the USA has disrespected your country, your flag, your people. 52% of us humbly apologize. We want peace with your nation. We are being held hostage by a terrorist regime. We do not know how to escape. Please do not kill us. Hashtag Soleimani." This is in reference to the Quds leader who was killed yesterday. So that's first. To which I just simply responded, "This is not satire," and I retweeted it. In other words, it is so astonishing that someone can post something so self-loathing, so with such a moral broken compass. It's not the Iranians that are under held hostage to a terrorist regime. It's the United States, and she lives under that terrorist regime. She is held hostage by Trump and his minions. Then later, I noticed that she had pinned an article on her Twitter account. "I will never vote Republican. I want the Democrats to win because we are less likely to die." Collective Munchausen much? I am a conscientious objector to the USA, its policies, lies, corruption, nationalism, racism, and deep misogyny. It is our right and duty as citizens to dissent. To which I I responded, "Leave the US then. Many people would be happy for the opportunity to live here, you imbecilic, confused ingrate, and learn the difference between its as a contraction of it is and its as a possessive marker." I should also mention that I had responded on her tweet where I basically said, let me just see here. I can't find it. But anyways, I basically said that the way she's thinking is precisely what happens when a mind is parasitized by a bunch of idea pathogens, which is exactly the topic of my next book. Now, this brings me to a point that I've made in the past, but it's worth repeating here as we start the new year. Some people will write to me, either publicly, post a comment, or write to me privately, where they say, "Dr. Saad, there's so much that you can do to educate people. Why do you waste your time criticizing these social justice warrior instances or, attacking some silly, inconsequential actor?" Those people who write to me in this manner are truly missing the plot. The culture wars are fought really in a few key battlefields. They are fought in the media, they are fought in academia, where all of these idea pathogens originate from. They are fought in Hollywood, in the entertainment industry, and they are fought, via the high-tech companies that control much of the information that human beings process on this planet. And all of those industries are outlandishly dominated by, quote, progressive leftist ideology. So when I attack Russell Brand, or actually I don't attack them, I attack their ideas, or Rose McGowan and other what you call inconsequential people, you really are not understanding what the currency of a culture war is then, when you try to argue that I shouldn't be spending my time doing more valuable things. There are few things that are more valuable than trying to stem the tide of the tsunami of lunacy. So when I attack Rose McGowan, I'm not attacking her personally. I'm not attacking even actors. I'm attacking the ideas that these imbeciles espouse. And these are the ideas that are mimetically much more virulent than anything that I have to say. I have, maybe roughly 200,000 Twitter followers. She has more than 4 times the number of followers. So in other words, when she utters an inane, grotesque, self-loathing platitude about the US being deep misogyny. By the way, imagine arguing that the US is deep misogyny. What's Iran? Endless women in Iran, true feminists who dare take off their hijabs, will end up languishing in prisons for decades. Rose McGowan doesn't spend her currency and capital criticizing real misogyny. Instead, she criticizes faux misogyny in the United States. She doesn't criticize a real terrorist regime like the Iranian one, but she criticizes Orange Man Bad regime. Where do these bents come from? They come from these idea pathogens: postmodernism, cultural relativism, radical feminism, biophobia, identity politics, critical race theory. The cocktail of bad ideas, once placed together in the mind of a moron, then can result in terribly bad enunciations like the one that Rose McGowan engaged in the tweets that I read for you. So when I'm spending my time criticizing some social justice warrior on campus or Russell Brand, it's not because I don't have anything better to do. It's because I use however big or small of a platform that I have to hopefully try to contribute to the battle of ideas. And again, to the extent that the entertainment industry, academia, the media, and high-tech companies have a chokehold on the culture wars, then this is where you have to take the fight. I should also mention that the fact that I critique Rose McGowan or some other imbecile for some dreadful position that they take on something as clear as comparing the United States, the freest country in the world, to the Iranian regime, a grotesque place where millions of people would love to leave to come to the place that Rose McGowan considers to be the terrorist regime. By the way, I received many emails from students from Iran trying to come to Canada. So apparently they don't share the views of Miss Rose McGowan. But in any case, the fact that I disagree with her positions and I take the time to critique her and other Hollywood schmucks doesn't imply that I don't support their right to be schmucks, right? Because some people will write to me and say, but isn't it her American duty to be able to show dissent to her government? Yes, and when you jump in a pool, you get wet. And when you sit out in the sun, you get a suntan. That's obvious, Captain Obvious. But that's not the point. Nobody is contesting the right of Rose McGowan to be an imbecile. But of course, I also have the right to critique her idiocy, to critique her broken moral compass. So there you have it, folks. Take care, everybody, and have a good weekend. And again, Happy New Year to you all. Cheers.